Hey everyone, in this tutorial we are going to learn how to model this building. Now you can support the channel and download all the source files from the Patreon page. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. So without further ado, let's start. So I'll start by going to the perspective view, so double click to maximize the perspective view, and I'm going to the layers and I'm going to create a new layer and let's name it design. And let's create few sublayers. Let's select it and create one sublayer and a few more sublayers. I don't need this layer, so I'm going to delete this one. So for the first layer, I'm going to name it mass. And for this layer, I'm going to name it curves. Let's give this one color. And let's select the mass layer. So double click to select it. And for the mass, I'm going to use 3-point box. So we can come here and choose 3-point box. And the size of the building is going to be around 26 meter by 20. And the height is going to be around 6 floors. Or let's make it 5 floors. And the floor to floor height is going to be around 4 meter. So 4 by 5 is 20. So I'm going to type 20. It's going to be something like this. And I'm going to select it, move it up by a value of 4 meter. And I'm going to create another 3-point box from here to here and 4 meter. Let's type -4. And hold Control Shift, select this one, and let's move it inside by a value of maybe 1.5. Control Shift, move this by a value of 1.5. Hold Control Shift, move this by a value of 0.5. And move this by a value of 0.5, like this. Okay, now we created, I'm going to select everything and let's create Boolean union from here. Now I'm going to create the floor. So I'm going to name this layer floors. And select first the curve, select the object, type contour. Or you can find it here, which is this one. Let's create a contour in the Z direction, and the spacing is going to be 4 meters. So we have our contour. Now we can go to visibility. For this one, I don't need this curve, so I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to select the floor layers, select all the curves, and came here and choose surface from planar curves to create surface. Now we can hide the curves, select the floor surfaces, and let's extrude it by a value of 0.3 to have our slabs. And let's use the mass again and the curves. So now we have our slabs. We can start designing our facade. Okay, now for the facade, I'm going to create a layer and let's name it Facade 1. And let's select it. I'm going to start creating simple blocks. Let's just first select everything and let's lock it. And I think I'm going to create a sublayer here and let's name it CRP. And another one, let's name it solid maybe. For the curves here, I'm going to give it a blue color and select it. And I'm going to create a grid on this facade. This grid, I'm going to use it to create the facade modules that I'm going to, define the size of the facade modules that I'm going to use to design the facade. So I create a 3-point rectangle from here and then exclude it, and I'm going to use array curve. So select this curve, select the object array, right click and select the path. For the distance, let's set it maybe 2 meter, something like this. And then right click. And now here, let's use again array curve, or you can type array curve, or you can use it from here. I'm going to type array curve, select the curve, right click, select the path, and set the distance for this one 4 meter. And click. But I'm going to do something, so let's delete this one, select this one, hold shift to select all the other curves, type move, vertical, and move it something like this. Now let's select the solid layer, and I'm going now to start creating blocks. So let's choose 3-point box. So for this part, from here to here, I'm going to use one block, but let's set it from here to here. And it's going to be 0.5 meter maybe. Maybe less than, maybe 0.4 would be fine. Yeah. It's going to be the first block, switch to wireframe, selected, go to define a block, snap to the midpoint, and name it B1. Can select it, get a copy vertical from here to here, but make it like from here to here. I want the edge of the slab to be up here. I don't want to hide the edge of the slab. I also might need to increase the depth of the slab a little bit later, but let's do this later on. And select this again, move it vertical and move from here to here. But select it and type make unique. Now double click, show the remaining object, hold Control Shift, select top face, type move, press V to move it vertically, and move it to this edge, something like this. So now we can log these curves. and select all these blocks, and let's come here to linear array and set 20 maybe from here to here. So delete the extra parts. We can start copying it along with the whole facade. So hold Alt, rotate, and move it something like this here. Delete this view extra, and for this part select this one, type mirror. But you know what? Let's mirror it after adding the details. Okay, so we have the blocks. If I edited anything here, it's going to be reflected on all the remaining blocks. Just control it for now. So we can start adding details to only one of them, and it's going to be applied to all the remaining facade. Okay, so some of these facades are going to be solid, and some of them are going to be curtain wall. So let's start by editing one, and it's going to be solid. So for this design, I'm going to make it some kind of solid concave wall. So I'm going to come here and choose 3-point arc, and let's first point, second point, and this for the third point. So press tab. Okay, no, don't press tab. I'm going to draw a reference line from here to here. So choose line and snap to the midpoint and draw a line here. So the end of the arc is going to be at a distance of maybe 0.25. So type 25, right click, choose 3-point arc from here to here, something like this. And now select the curve, and here in the gimbal, move the gimbal while clicking on this line to cut. So we cut the object like this. So we have our concave. Press Ctrl Z. I think we can make it deeper. So I'm going to select this control point and move it inside a little bit. Again, select the curve and cut the object using the gimbal. So we have our solid wall. I'm going to copy this curve. So double click here, and let's come here to extract duplicate edge and select this one. Right click, press Ctrl X to cut it, and double click here and press Ctrl V to paste it. And let's cut this one by moving using this line, and just okay. So we have our solid part. Now let's go to the curtain wall. So I'm going to create a new layer, and let's name it curtain wall. And let's add a sublayer and another sublayer. For this one, let's name it mullions. And for this one, let's name it glass. Let's give this one a cyan color maybe. And this one more over, you know what, keep it black. Okay, so I want to create few curtain walls. So I'm going to select few blocks if I want to convert into curtain wall. So okay, so I will select some blocks to make them unique and adjust them to be curtain wall. You can hold shift to select multi-object at the same time and hold control to deselect object. Okay, let's start with this and type make unique. Just enter. This one has a unique name now. Okay, yeah, okay, this is for the curtain wall. So double click, and the curtain wall is going to be rested on the concrete. So anyway, let's select the mullions. Let's delete this one completely. Let's hide the mass, and let's create the mullion. So choose 3-point box from here. Let's make it 0.2, 5, 0.8 maybe, and take it all the way up. Not all the way up, actually. It's going to be something like this. Yeah. And maybe create a copy here. Press tab to make some move in this direction here. And I think I need another one in the middle, so I'm going to draw a reference line from here to here. Let's select this one, choose copy it from the midpoint here and to here. So this is our mullion, and now let's create some transoms. Let's choose 3-point box. Let's create one from here to here. Let's set the height 0.05, maybe 0.082, something like this. Copy it, this. Select both of them, hold shift, select both of them, copy vertical from here, this one, copy vertical, and move it down by a value of maybe 2.4, negative 2.4, something like this, this one. And for the glass, select the glass layer, type loft, here, right click to bring the command again from here to here. Select this one, hold shift, select this one, extrude it by a value of 0.02. Select both of them by holding shift, type move, hold control, and right mouse button to zoom like this, snap to the midpoint, move it like here and to the midpoint, switch to the shaded view. Now type mirror, select this one, hold shift, select this one, type mirror, and mirror from here like this. Now we can select all of this. You know what? Let's make this one a block. Okay, so let's come here, define block, snap to the midpoint, but select the curtain wall layer, select the midpoint, and then let's C1, select it, copy, vertical, from here to here, and it's okay. And now for this one, please double click, isolate. I'm going to insert a block, so we can come here and choose insert a block. Let's come to the C1, okay, and let's insert it here in the midpoint. Select it, move it down here. So this one, delete it, it's okay. So you're almost done, by the way. We have our curtain wall. Okay, now I will start selecting some blocks to replace them with the new blocks that we have just created, to convert them into a curtain wall. So hold Shift to select multi object at the same time, and hold Control to deselect. And type replace block. Press Enter. Press S. And select C1. Okay, no. Replace block. Enter. S. It's not C1. It is B1 number 3. B1 number 2. I think it's B1 number 2. Yeah, B1 number 2. For this one, we can select view panels. Maybe this one. Type replace block. Enter S. For this one, I'm going to use C1 directly. You know what? Control Z, replace block, enter S. We are going to use which was this one, B1 number 3. Yeah. So we have our facade remains in the base material, and we might need to test a few more adjustments. Also, I think I'm going to add a cladding along the edge of the slab. For this one, by the way, we need to understand how this one is going to be fixed. So we may come here. We may increase steps to make it also rest on the slab, so we can hold Control Shift and move it a little bit like this by a value of maybe 0.2 to have some kind of space to be able to rest on the concrete structure. This one, double click in here, hold Control Shift and move it to the inside by a value of 0.2. Okay. I think I might need to add a window here too. So let's come here, should view, let's replace this one. What? Let's come here and scale by -1. Switch. This looks better. Okay, so for the base, I'm going to create a new layer and let's name it wall 2. And let's select the curve layer. I'm going to create a rectangle here and let's select it, type offset by a value of 0.25. Select the post curves and came here and choose surface, planar surface. And select this surface and place it in the wall 2 layer, and let's extrude it by a value of 4 minus 0.3, so it's going to be 3.7. So it's going to be a solid wall. However, I think I will need to add some opening on it, so I want to isolate it. So we can unlock everything, select it, and press isolate from here. And now I think I will start creating some Boolean difference, or instead of Boolean difference, we can draw maybe a line here. You know what, I'm going to start by duplicate this edge, so I can duplicate it by selecting duplicate edge. So after duplicating this, I'm going to move this by a value of 0.3 meter, and select it, copy. Create another copy here after distance of 12 meter. And now let's use push pull. So let's use push pull to delete this part. And now let's choose insert block. The C1, let's place it here for now. Select it, move it from this edge to here. Select this, choose a linear array. I think I'm here gonna need 6 from this point to this point. But for this one, there is like a duplicate mullion here, so I will select, you know what, delete this, select it, type make unique. And duplicate it, delete this one. Select it, get a copy in your array, 6 from this point to this point. And select all of this. To scale in one direction from here. But yeah, before doing the scale, double click, select this one, Control C, Control V, choose move from this point to this point, and select all of this. Show the scale in one direction from this point to this point like this. And yeah, show the remaining of the building. Now I'm going to start adding material, and after that I might start testing some adjustments. So let's switch to the render view. I'm going to hide these curves. Okay, so yeah, select this object, hold Shift and select this object. Hold Shift to select multi object at the same time, and Shift to this one too. And let's place them in another layer. Let's place them in the curtain wall layer. And now let's hide the curves. Okay, so let's go here to the glass, and I'm going to click on the circle, and I'm going to apply material by layer. Let's choose custom, let's name it +1. Let's give it some kind of turquoise color, and let's give it transparency of 50% maybe, and glossiness 20 and reflection 20 and press OK. I don't like to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it more of dark color like this. Yeah, yeah, this looks a little bit better. And let's go to the floors, click here and let's give new layer and let's name it floor material. And let's give it some kind of light gray color. It's okay. And now for the solid part, I'm going to come here and choose give solid wall. And let's give it maybe some kind of brown color, maybe reddish brown color. And let's give it texture. So let's load texture from here. All these textures, I download all this texture from SketchUp Club. I want some kind of a rough texture, something maybe something like this. Select it and let's choose mapping, box style, size maybe 5. Okay. Select it again. Let's make it 50% to have some color, maybe 20. Yeah, maybe something more like this. And for the color thing, something a little bit brighter. It's starting to look good. Okay, so and for the mullions, I'm going to here and create a new material. Let's name it mullion 1. I'm going to give it more of a reddish color, dark red color, something like this, and it's some glossiness and some reflectivity, and press OK. And for this base wall, which is on wall 2, I'm going to give it a custom material. Let's name it wall pane 2, and let's give it some kind of white color, and that's for it. Okay, so for the edge of slab, I want to add a cladding, maybe some kind of red cladding. Okay, so I'm going to create another layer and let's name it cladding 1. Selected. Let's switch to the shaded mode. The profile is going to be some kind of L profile, so I'm going to choose polyline and let's draw a line here and a line here, but press tab to fix the move in this direction and make it something with a length of maybe 0.7 meter, something like this. Right click, select this curve, open auto C plane and offset it. So the thickness is going to be maybe 0.02. Now select this floor, hold shift, select this profile and isolate everything. Close auto C plane, hold control shift, select this face and choose from here duplicate border. And now let's select this one, hide it too, type sweep, sweep one rail, select this one and select the profile, right click, and you can delete the profile now. Merge all coplanar faces. So you know what, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. I think I need to increase the thickness a little bit. Select this one, hold shift, select this one, isolate, open auto C plane, select this one, and create an offset, but with a value of 0.04 maybe. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. Control shift, select this, hold control shift, select this face, came here and choose duplicate border, select this one, control H to hide, sweep, select the profile and select the rail and then the profile, right click, and select this one, type merge all coplanar faces, and now delete the profile. This one I'm going to, for the material, I'm going to give it also the mullion material. It's okay, show everything, switch to the render view. I think it's a little bit large. Close it. Let's draw a rectangle here. I think I'm going to use record history for this part. Create a 3-point rectangle from here to here. Delete this one. Came here, right click, always record history. Select all of this, show everything, and isolate. Type sweep. Select the file, select the rail. Switch to render view. Also for the material, let's give it a mullion material. Now, since I opened the record history, if I came here and start moving this one, it's going to be reduced. So maybe reducing it, move it here by a value of 0.25 or maybe 0.15. Yeah, 0.15 looks good. Okay, yeah, this looks okay. So switch to shaded view, select it, copy, vertical, and I'm going to copy it here and copy it again here and maybe again here. You can delete the profile now and the rail. Okay, so for this part, I need to adjust it also. So let's unlock everything, double click, select this one to edit it. I think I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this curtain wall to be fixed at the edge of the slab. So move it here and press that to fix and move in this direction. And where is the edge of the slab? And snap it here like this. Yeah, now this is the edge of the slab. Okay, so I'm going to add maybe a few more mullions. So I think I'm going to select this one, and let's explode them. Now hold Control Shift, select all of this and move it down by a value of maybe 0.5, as we might have a full ceiling here. And for this one and this, for the mullions, hold Control Shift, select this one. I move, press V for vertical and move it something like this. Now let's select the curtain wall, the mullion layer, and I'm going to create a line here. Select it, move it up a little bit by a value of 0.05 maybe. Scale it, move it something like this. And select again. And extruding it like this. Hold Control and move it using the gimbal to extrude it something like this. Delete the curve. Select this one and extrude it again here. Select it, scale one direction from this point to this point. Now we can select it, but I think, yeah. Should I make it a block? Yeah, make it a block in case we wanted to change the profile or something. So I can come here and find a block and let's name it G1. And let's draw a first step. Let's draw a curve here. Choose array curve. Select object, right click, select the curve, and the number is going to be 10 maybe. Yeah, this looks okay. It's not bad. Let's close all of the record history. Hold Shift, select all these grills and move it down a little bit. Now type mirror, snap here to the midpoint, and let's mirror it like this. Now it's okay. So now we have more details. For the remaining part, you can keep this as it is. Or if you want to add grills here too, we can maybe double click, select this block, Control C. Then came here, double click, isolate, Control V, move it down. Wireframe, Control X, double click to edit this, Control V. Let's move this down. So hold Shift, select those mullions. Let's lock them. Hold Control Shift, select the glass and the mullions and move it down by a value of 3.4, 4.5. Take this one, hold Shift, select this one, copy, vertical from here to here. Select this one and choose move it something like this and move it to inside a little bit. Down again, align, press tab, here, array, curve, select this one, right click, select the curve, whites down, array curve, right click to bring the command again, click to bring the command again, select the object, right click, select the curve. The number is going to be 5, 36, okay. Hold Shift, select all of this, move them down, type mirror, copy yes, move to here, unlock, save, the render view. Yeah, this is starting to look better. Okay, I wanted to test a few variations, so I think I will try to create another one, but with a more dense concave pattern. So I'm going to select this one and type make unique. Double click to edit it, switch to the, let's keep it in the shaded mode. And I'm going to draw maybe a line here. Let's come here and select the curves layer, this polyline to our line from here, and another line here. So the first thing I'm going to do is hold Control Shift and delete all of this. And I'm going to create an array curve. Select this curve, right click, select the path, and the distance maybe set it to a number, not a distance, maybe 8. Or 8 is too much, maybe a 6 was 6 or 7. Yeah, 7 looks good. And now let's split this one. So type split, select this curve and split it using these two lines maybe. Let's come here, create a copy, close the project and create a copy here. The depth of this curve is going to be 0.15. Choose arc from here to here and here. No, this is too much. Make it move it here 0.05. See point arc from here to here to here. Yeah, this looks better. And select the solid layer, extrude here by a value of 7.7. Select it and create a copy. Choose a linear array. The number is going to be 1, 2, 3, which is 7. From here to here, delete this one. Select all of this, press Ctrl J, type cab, close it, select this curve, delete it, switch to render view. And this looks cool. And okay. So switch to the render view maybe. I think I might come here, mirror, scale by -1 to mirror, and delete this one and select this one and type mirror, copy to yes, from here to here. Yeah, this looks good. And let's repeat it here maybe. So select this one is named B2, so the name of this one is B1 number 4. So select this one and type replace. Enter S B1 number 4. Replace both of them by B1 number 4 to have something like this. You know what? Press Ctrl Z. Scale here. Scale by -1. Select this one and this one. Replace. Right click S B1 number 4. This one. Replace this one. Enter S B1. Yeah, this looks good. Looks good. Now the last thing for this one, this facade and this facade, I'm going to just mirror this. So first I'm going to hide the curve. Double click to go to top view and select all of this. And type mirror, set copy to yes, and snap here to the midpoint, and press F8 to open the ortho. Double click here, right click to bring the mirror command again, and here we go. So yeah, here we go. This is how we can design this facade. Of course, you can test a lot of variation. You can come here, double click, and start maybe doing something crazy by moving something like this to have a crazy building like this, or whatever. But you know, I want this design to be simple like this. So that's for today. Thanks for watching and see you later.